All right. Okay. If you're joining us, welcome to the session today. We still have a lot of persons joining us in this meeting, but we can't wait for them. We need to kickstart immediately. So, please, if you've joined us, please turn off your mic and turn off your camera to keep off the noise and make this class interesting. Right now, I'm going to be sharing my screen for us to see, and yeah, stop sharing. Yeah, I believe you all can see my screen. Yeah, it's visible on my tab here. So I will be showing us. So let's see. Very good. So if you cannot see this PowerPoint clearly, please, I would suggest you turn your mobile device in an auto slant form like this. I believe you can see it clearly this way. It's just to make us open for it. So we're going to be starting by explaining fundamentals, Bitcoin, blockchain, and Binance. So if you're just joining us, you're welcome to this session today. And I believe it's going to be interesting, fully interesting. So now, first of all, I would like to start by introducing myself. All right, my name is Duka Anthony Annaelechukwu. I'm a blockchain enthusiast, a cryptocurrency trader based in Enugu State, Nigeria. And my personal mission is to accelerate Africa's transition into sustainable and developed economy by leveraging innovation, capital, and policy. My background is in veterinary medicine and teaching. I'm passionate about cryptocurrency education and driving adoption of blockchain and crypto assets in Africa. At the end of this event, we should all know what Bitcoin cryptocurrencies are, how blockchain works, several use cases of blockchain technology, and also how to buy and sell cryptocurrencies with your local currency, that is Naira to be exact. So if you're still joining us, welcome. Please turn off your screen, your mic, and your video camera so that we'll avoid noises in this session. Thank you very much for those who have taken actions, and I really appreciate that. Now, here, let's begin. Now, what is money? As we have on the screen, it says money is a tool to exchange value, and it's any object can be used as money, and value is a shared belief. Now, I'm going to explain this starting from the bottom of this. That's the last. Money is a shared belief. Value is a shared belief. Now, when we talk about money, we talk about value. Whenever you talk about money, you talk about value, because it is a means of exchange. For you to exchange something, you would have to be exchanging that stuff because of the value it has, and you believe in return you'll be getting something worth absolutely same with same value while receiving it. Now, money is as a shared belief. Well, I still have some persons joining us, so I need to keep accepting these persons. So money as a shared belief is when you have something with you, and you give it out, you bring it out to the public, and the public accepts it. That is when you know it is a shared, as it said, is a shared belief. It means that the public can accept it, can receive it, can make use of it in exchange for something that is valuable. That is what it means by it's a shared belief. For example, if I pick up a stone and I give it to someone, and the person gives me his or her car in exchange for the stone, It definitely means that the person can accept the stone, and I myself can give out the stone because I believe that the stone has value that can be exchanged for that car. Now, the belief there is that both of us making such transactions understands that yes, we actually can make use of this stone. So once we agree, just like consensus, once we agree that we can exchange this stone for something else, it definitely means that yes, it is a shared what belief. So we both agreed that we can actually exchange this for something worth of value. So any object could be used as money. Yes, any object could be used as money. When you talk about this shared belief, any object, if we decide to make use of stones, as I gave an example, yes, if we decide to make use of stones to exchange stuffs for ourselves, then we begin to make use of stones. Just like in those days when gold was used, it's because people agreed to make use of gold. Those days when what was it called? Cowries was used in exchange. It because we all agreed, okay, yes, we can use these cowries to exchange things of value. Now, the last one, which is the number one, a tool to exchange value. I've explained this. You can actually make use of use money to do what? Exchange something of value. Please, if you're just joining us, kindly mute your mic and mute your video so that we'll avoid noise in this meeting. Yeah. So thank you very much. Mute your mic, Uncle Darlington.
Yeah.
Mute your mic, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we would go ahead. We'll go ahead with the session. Now, some persons have asked me what is fiat. What is fiat? Now here we have it. So what is fiat money? Fiat is actually money. I'm going to read this out, then explain to you what they mean one by one. Now, fiat is paper money issued by a government. For example, we have Naira, we have US dollars, we have pounds, we have Chinese yen. Now, these currencies are just called now were actually issued by government. Naira was issued by the Nigerian government. Dollars were issued by United States government. Australian dollars was also issued by the Australian government, and Chinese yen was actually issued by the Chinese government. So any currency that is being issued by the government is known as fiat money. Now, second, we have here legal tender that replaced the gold and other commodities. Now, legal tender here in the sense that it is legal and it can be accepted. It can be used as a form of payment. It can be used as a form of paying debt. That's what it means by legal tender. So it's replaced gold and other commodities. You know, previously we were making use of gold to make transactions. We're making use of carries and some other stuffs to make transactions and exchange value. But right now we make use of fiat money, which replace the gold and other commodities which we popularly know. So that is what it means by legal tender that replace gold and other commodities. Then third, here we have portable and easy to use. Yes, sincerely, money is portable and easy to use as long as you can carry it around. You can put it in your wallet. You can fold it. You can keep it somewhere to save and store it for yourself. You can either use it for something else. You can carry it anywhere you want to go. So that is what it means by portable and easy to use. Then money is not scarce. Now you have an angle that says inflation. Now it is understood that money is not scarce that in the sense that money is being printed by the government. It's being minted by the government. This means that if in any way tomorrow, Central Bank of Nigeria can decide, okay, let us print 2 million naira at this moment. The moment they decide, okay, we can do this, then you see 2 million naira printed. They are in charge of the circulation, or they are in charge of the amount of money being being controlled or being generated in Nigeria. The Central Bank of Nigeria is in charge of that because money cannot be scarce. They can decide to print as more they can do. Now, this leads to inflation. If they keep printing every day, it would lead to inflation. Let me give you an instance. Let's assume that the government prints money to an extent that they give everybody in Nigeria one billion naira. Yes, if they give everybody in Nigeria 1 billion naira, definitely means that there will be no oga, there will be no gate man. Because if I am a gate man, or if I were to be one, you give me 1 billion naira, I don't think I will still remain in that position. Rather, I want to be my own boss. You understand? And every other person who is holding 1 billion naira would want to be their own boss. Police officers, you no longer see them on the road asking for 20 naira and the rest of them. So once I become my own boss, everybody becomes their own boss. You will see that things change because the money we have will no longer have this value because we won't be able to make use of it. Everybody has 1 billion naira. So who will you give to become a barrel pusher, or who will you give to become a gate man for you when he or she has 1 billion naira is in his account? So this causes inflation to an extent that things become expensive, and the money you have no longer has value. You cannot use it to do something that's really important. Something like the occurrence we have in Venezuela. If you go to Venezuela right now, you're going to see thousands of their currencies being spread on the floor or in the environment. Useless. This is because of this inflation. They printed too much and more than enough. And everybody now, if you see money on the road, you just stacks of their currencies on the road, and no one makes use of it because it has lost value. It has gone. In fact, I think their inflation rate is about from 80% and above. Almost same thing happened to Lebanon. Their inflation rate also increased last month. I think before the Beirut explosion, something like that. It also increased. So this printed money is not scarce. They can decide to print it at any moment, at any time, which makes it not scarce. They can provide it at any moment. Now, the last one is no intrinsic value. This means that money does not have any values, any specific value, since it is understood that they can print it at any moment. The price or the value can change at any moment, and it would cause it make it no specific value that it has. So I believe we understood this. Let's move on to the next slide, where I will introduce to us about cryptocurrency. So what is cryptocurrency? I'll read this and explain them one by one. Cryptocurrency is a digital form of money and protected by cryptography, can't be duplicated or destroyed, distributed on P2P network, and borderless. Now, looking at the first one, digital form of money. Now, cryptocurrency is, when I say digital, it means that you cannot see it, you cannot actually touch it, but you can make use of it. So it is digital. It's just like you having your song in your hard disk instead of having it in a plate in a CD-ROM. So it is digital in the sense that you cannot touch it, you cannot see it rather, but you still can make use of it because it is virtual. Now, it is protected by cryptography. Now, I would like to explain this cryptography. Cryptography is just like encryption. When we talk about encryption, cryptography is just like encryption. For example, me trying to send Donald Trump a message, and that message is private. It's a private message that I do not want anybody to see. And I want to send it openly in a way that anyone can actually open it and see it, but you will not understand it. Now, I'm going to write a message. For example, I make use of dots to write the message. Let's assume that I use one single dot means let's say one single dot means hi, and another dot means hello, and like two dots means hello, and one single dot means hi. So if I write these dots on a paper and I send it across to Donald Trump, Donald Trump is going to see the dots and he will understand. But every other person that is within that area that also saw the dots would not be able to understand that text. It means hi, Donald Trump would understand because we both understand what we are doing because we have secured it using encryption. But every other person who saw that dot will not understand, hey, this dot means hi, and they will be into confusion. So this is the power of cryptography. What cryptography can do is huge. Once you encrypt something, it definitely means that cryptography just looks like, should I say, mathematics that cannot easily be solved. So I'm still accepting some persons in the meeting. Please bear with me. Right. Okay. All right. Thank you. So I'm still accepting some persons here. So just give me some time. All right. We're back. Now, cryptography is a mathematics that cannot be solved easily. So it's just like an encryption. The only person that can understand it is the person who you are sending it to that will be able to decrypt and understand what it actually means. Now, the next one we have is can't be duplicated or destroyed. It cannot be duplicated or destroyed. When we talk about Bitcoin, the main idea of Bitcoin's creation, one of the main ideas of Bitcoin creation was due to double spending. Double spending has to do with the spending of a money twice. That is using a particular currency two times in order to do a transaction, something like that. But when you have a cryptocurrency, you cannot use it twice in that double spending model. Now, it cannot be duplicated or destroyed in the sense that you cannot multiply it or you cannot in any way try to form another version of it, trying to prove, okay, for example, I take up 1,000 naira, I go to a cyber cafe to design or use a graphic designer to design exactly the one that looks like this. I don't know if you get me. So it is completely impossible to duplicate Bitcoin because it is digital. It cannot destroy because it's on a blockchain, which I'll explain on our next to next slides. I believe you all are hearing me. If you're hearing me, please use the chat box and say hi, hi, hi. Yes, I'm hearing you. Please use the chat box so I'll know what I'm doing here. If you can hear me, use the chat box. If you can hear me, use the chat box. Hi, I'm hearing you. Very good, very good, very good. I can see that. I can see that. Okay, okay. Now it is distributed on a P2P network. Now I'm going to explain this distributed on the P2P network. If you look at this diagram here, you will see that it looks like it's actually a transaction between persons on this Bitcoin network, this blockchain network. Now, P2P means person to person, peer to peer. Now, it means that you can actually run a transaction with somebody who is exactly like running a transaction without any intermediary, like running a transaction between somebody else. You don't need somebody to help you and transfer the money or do something like that. You just send money directly to the person. Peer-to-peer means going directly to that person to run that transaction. That's what P2P means. So it is distributed in the sense that nobody is actually holding the whole stuff. You are holding, I am holding, and once we make a transaction, it goes directly to you or it goes directly to me. That's what it means by this. Now, the last one, borderless. Borderless means that there is no a kind of a control over its movement. You can send Bitcoin anywhere in the world. I can send Bitcoin to someone in America right now. It will take me not more than 2 hours for the person to receive it. I can send Bitcoin to anybody, any part of the world. That is what makes cryptocurrency really powerful. And unlike our normal fiat, Bitcoin is completely borderless. Even in the moon, there is this technology that has been created. Even in the moon, I can send Bitcoin to somebody on the moon. So that's one special thing about cryptocurrencies. So cryptocurrencies are a digital form of money protected by cryptography, cannot be duplicated, it's distributed, and it's completely borderless. So whenever you hear about cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Tron, Binance Coin, Bitcoin, and the rest of them, these has these specific features that I've listed here on this PowerPoint. Now let's move to the next session to talk about Bitcoin. Now, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital form of money, just like just like we have Ethereum and the rest of them as cryptocurrency it is. So Bitcoin is a digital form of money, which is the first cryptocurrency in existence. Now, the introduction of blockchain technology came because of Bitcoin. Now, this is actually someone known as Satoshi Nakamoto that created Bitcoin in 2009, early 2009. And during that 2009 was when Bitcoin was created, and that was when cryptocurrency in full was introduced in the world. Now, Bitcoin is protected by cryptography. I've talked about this. Why being protected by cryptography? It makes it transparent in the sense that it's open. It's open to the world to see and know everything about it. It's not something that it's hidden, just like, okay, I'm going to send money to somebody in Abuja, and my bank runs it for me, and hide I kind of hide it that I'm sending the money. I don't know if you understand it. Let's say our politicians who are embezzling our funds. You cannot see where a politician is embezzling those funds. So that is what it means by transparent. That's what it means by transparent. You can actually see when you move those funds. Now, it cannot be duplicated, which makes it scarce. When you have inflation, when money is being printed multiple times, it will actually cause inflation. But here, Bitcoin has a total supply of 21 million BTC, 21 million BTC, which makes it impossible to be duplicated. Now, the scarcity also gives it value. Yes, the scarcity also gives it value. Let's assume that we have, let's say we have 7 billion people in existence in the world, and we have total 21 BTC in existence, that Bitcoin is in existence. So let's assume that everybody in the world purchase one Bitcoin. It is not even going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. It's just like gold, very, very difficult to discover and mine. But Bitcoin here is digital form of money that is very scarce because the total number of it in existence is about 21 million. And I know that one person has actually purchased about 50 something thousand of it. In which that if we call out all these rich men to start buying Bitcoin, Dangote can even buy 20,000 of it and 20,000 of it and keep it for himself, which means that if you say that everybody is going to buy one by one, then it's not even going to be enough, which will cause the scarcity to increase and the value it's just like demand and supply. When you have a lot of people demanding for something, the supply reducing, the price is going to do what? Go up exactly and extensively. So that's what I mean by this Bitcoin is scarce, distributed on the P2P network. It's open source. Now, open source here, When we talk about source has to do with codes. Source has to do with codes for programmers. Programmers will understand this very well. Developers and programmers, because it's open, so you can actually see the code that it was used that was used in creating this Bitcoin. Now it's borderless. You can transfer it anywhere in the world. Nobody will hold you. Nobody will step you down. If you want to send it to America, you don't need the Nigerian government to tell you stop sending. It will just go itself. Nobody will hold you as long as you have internet. Now it is censorship resistance in the sense that nobody is in charge of it. Yes, nobody is in charge of Bitcoin. So it's going to send to anyone you want to send it to. Nobody will tell you don't send this. Nobody will tell you, okay, you have been held from sending. For example, in your bank, if in any way I want to send money through my bank, the bank can decide, okay, this transaction is coming in and it's sending to Mr. Obi. Okay, the bank can decide, oh, let's cancel this transaction and send it back. You understand? But sending Bitcoin, once the moment you send it, it goes. Nobody will tell you we are canceling this transaction or we are sending it back or we are debating you for doing so and so. It is completely not possible. I hope we all are following. Please, if we are following, kindly respond in the group chat or drop a, a message or a question so that I would respond to it as soon as I can. So respond in the group in the chat here in the chat box. Yeah, if you're following, respond in the chat box. So I will. If you have any question, please also drop it in the chat box. If you have any question, please drop it in the chat box. I'm with you. If you have any question, please drop it in the chat box. All right. No questions yet. Okay, we move on. We move on. Okay. All right. I hope you all can see my screen clearly. All right. Cool. This is perfect. Okay, now let's move on. Let's move on with this class. Now that's what we have about Bitcoin. Now, who created Bitcoin? Who is this person that created Bitcoin? Now, Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, his picture would have been here. His photo would have been here. But the reason why we don't have it here is because we do not know the person exactly. We do not know the person that created Bitcoin exactly. But we understand and we believe that the person that created this Bitcoin.
I'm fine. I'm finding it hard.
Please mute your mic. the person that created this Bitcoin is completely unknown to us, although we actually saw where he drops his projects at bitcoin.org. We actually saw where he drops his white paper and some other stuff, how he communicates with people. But no one knows exactly who this person is. We don't know if it's Donald Trump. We don't know if it's Buhari. We don't know if it's Mike Adenuga. We don't actually know who the person is. But we all believe that the name the person is using is Satoshi Nakamoto, which would assume as it is pseudonymous. This means that it's kind of a name that is being brought together from several fractions. Satoshi Sa, which is SA, which is Samsung, Toshi, which is Toshiba, Naka, which is Nakamichi, and Moto, which is Motorola. Well, I think I would need to put this down somewhere so we can grab it. Sa, which is Samsung, Toshi, which is Toshiba, Naka, which is Nakamichi, and Moto, which is Motorola. So this is pseudonymous, and the collection of names is just a kind of a brought together work to kind of describe who this person exactly is. Pseudonymous means that you can actually use any name to represent who you are or to claim you are so and so. So it's not actually, it may not actually be the real name of such person, but it's just to represent who the person is. Now, this person that created Bitcoin actually created Bitcoin and disappeared. He did not create it and remain, because if he created it and remained, we would have known him. Bitcoin is really a great asset because this Bitcoin introduces blockchain technology that has really been awesome in the world currently. Now, Satoshi Nakamoto is pseudonymous. He's a computer scientist. He's a creator of blockchain technology because he used Bitcoin to introduce blockchain technology. Now, without without the introduction of Bitcoin, you wouldn't have known blockchain technology, because it is blockchain technology that powers this Bitcoin model and the Bitcoin itself. Now, he actually brought a brilliant solution to the double spending problem. This is what I discussed with about double spending, trying to send money to somebody anywhere, trying to send money using a particular currency 2 times. It's really a big problem. It's really a big problem in the world. It's just like me having a copy, or let's say I have a paper in my laptop. This document is, let's say, is my birth certificate, and I have it in my laptop, and you ask me to send it to you. If I am going to send you this my document, the moment I send it to you, you will receive it and have a copy. And the moment you receive it and have a copy, I myself will also have a copy of it. That is when you actually send, that's when you have this double spending problem. But on Bitcoin, if I'm going to send you 1 Bitcoin, once I send it to you, I will no longer have a copy of it, because it will leave my own wallet entirely. So that is when it solves this double spending problem. Let me give an instance again. If I have a song in my system or in my phone and I send it to you, it's just like copying that song in order to paste it in your own device. If I send you this song, you would have it in your own device, and I will also have it in my own device. So if you actually want me to send you the whole of the song, like without me having it, it means that I'm going to send it to you and I'm going to delete it from my phone, which would somehow be difficult. Let's assume we are doing that in a financial case. I send you money and I still have a copy of that money I sent to you. You know, it's really going to be a big problem. But on Bitcoin blockchain technology network, that is completely impossible, because this Satoshi Nakamoto, has created something which would really be difficult for people to spend, because the moment I send it to you, you will find it I will find it difficult to have a copy of it. I will not even have a copy of it, if to say so. So Bitcoin was actually launched in 2009, and after the launching of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto disappeared. Now we don't know if he is dead or alive. We don't know where he is, but the blockchain technology he introduced is still in existence as I speak to you. Now here we have what is blockchain. Now, blockchain is a distributed database. I'm going to explain this in a way that I believe we all will understand. Now, if you are following in this session, kindly drop yes, 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 yes. Tochukwu Anibo said they cannot be worried, please. It is well. So if you are following in this session, please type yes, yes, yes on the chat box so I will see that you guys are following and continue. Thank you very much, Olisa. Thank you, Ada. All right, all right, all right. Very good, very good. Now, what is blockchain technology? Blockchain technology is a distributed database. What does this mean? Now, let me give an instance.
Sorry, I'm following, but I'm having issues with text.
Okay, you can't see the screen. Hello, Victor. Please kindly turn your device to what's it called? Auto rotate. Then tilt your phone to sideways so that you can see it clearly, please.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay, mute your mic. Alexander, please mute your mic. Who is this? Please, you all mute your mic and mute your screen, your video camera as well, so that we would avoid noise on this session. Now, what is blockchain technology? Blockchain technology is a distributed database. Now, let me make you understand this by using my village as an example. If in my village, that we are making transactions and these transactions are being recorded, if these transactions are being recorded, now the recording here is going to be on a textbook. It's going to be what? On a textbook. Now let me use the bank to give you an instance. Now, if we in my village we have let's use the King Palace as the bank. Now, if in my village in the King's Palace we have this big textbook or the big book where you can actually come and fill in your transactions. For example, I make a transaction today, or let's say I sold my potato today to Adobe, and the moment I tell it to Adobe, I'll go to the King's Palace book to do what? To write it. I sold my potato today to Adobe and I sold it 20 naira at the so amount by the time I sold it. Now, this is actually a ledger. A ledger is actually a book of financial transactions. Now, this ledger is being written in a way that everybody's transaction in that village is written in that books, in that king's book. Now, this is how the normal bank works. The bank has this central server that everyday transactions are being made. It is being written or is being pasted on the server of this bank. Now, the only person that has this server is the bank. You understand? The only person that has this server is the bank. Now, let me explain what they mean by distributed. Now, imagine the fact or imagine the scenario whereby everybody in the village has a copy or his or her own textbook to record every transaction that happens in the village. For example, I sell my coconut to Bella Signature. Now I sell my coconut to Bella Signature, and Bella receives this coconut and gives me money. We are going to write down this transaction in the ledger, in the books, and instead of us going to the bank, going to the King's Palace to write on his own book, we can choose to write this same transaction on every book in everybody's copy, like in every book in the village. Now, the moment we begin to write all these things in everybody's book, it definitely means that everybody in the village has a copy of everything that happens in that village. So the moment I make a transaction today, I sell my coconut to Bella Signature and she receives it and she writes it down in her own book. I will write it down in my own book. The king will write it down in his own book. Everybody in village will write it down on their own books. That is exactly what this distributed database means. Now, why is this necessary? It is necessary to what? Prevent fraud. It is necessary to prevent lots and lots of issues that can be brought up in the financial system. Let's assume that yes, we have only one book. It's the King's book that we are recording all these things. And for example, we go to the King's Palace. Let's say thieves go to the King's Palace and steal the book. Now, I can come out tomorrow and say, okay, since the book has been stolen, I can come out to say tomorrow that, okay, I sold coconut to Bella Signature and she did not give me money. Now she cannot have any proof to say she actually gave me money, because the book, the ledger, the central system in which everything is being recorded has been stolen. But if the book is decentralized or it is distributed among everybody's home, if everybody has a copy of it, now there is no way you can come and tell me that I did not give or Bella did not receive the money, because if I say so, my book is going to have a record of it. Even if I cancel it in my own book, Bella's own is going to have a copy of it. The king will have a copy of it. Everybody in the village will have a copy of it. That once they present it, they'll say this guy is lying. They'll kick you out of that transaction. So that is what it means when blockchain is what a distributed database, in the sense that everybody is like a server on their own, shared on that network, just unlike the bank as we have. Now, what is blockchain exactly? I've explained this. Now, blockchain is actually a chain of linked blocks. Blockchain is actually a chain of linked blocks. This means that in each block has a component. Each block on a blockchain has a component which will include a hash, the transaction fees, the amount being sent, the time it spent, and the rest, on many other thoughts. But let's just explain what we have here on our slide. See, accepting some persons to join us. All right, now, what is blockchain? A special type of ledger. Now, this ledger is something as explained. Ledger is actually a book of records. Ledger is actually a book of records. These records are financial transactions that are being made on a daily basis. So this blockchain can be used to kind of store and send money. It can also be used to kind of store documents and all sorts of digital data. It's also a tamper-proof system, in the sense that because everybody has a copy of it and is distributed to the whole world, nobody can come and say, okay, I have spoiled my own file or my own documents in to claim that every other owns is faulty or in any way. Everybody will bring their own and they will tell you, okay, this is the correct thing. It's just like majority carries the vote. That's what it looks like here. It's tamper-proof because protected by cryptography, and everybody is distributed in as much as it's digital as well. So let's move on to the next slide. As we have here, what is blockchain? Now, this is just to give you more explanations of what blockchain is all about. It says the participants don't need to trust each other. Everyone keeps what's happening here. I think I have issues with my my device went to dark mode. So the participants do not need to trust each other. Now, everybody keeps track of balances and transactions. What happens if someone tries to cheat in the system? This is something I already explained. Now, what if somebody is trying to cheat on this system? What if somebody is trying to say, okay, I sold coconuts to Bella Signature, and Bella Signature is trying to say she did not receive the money I gave to her, why, or she did not give me money, something like that. She cannot lie. If you look at this big diagram here, you will see each ledger spread across. The ledgers are spread across. If I come and decide, okay, Bella did not give me anything or Bella did not give me any money, everybody on this network will bring out their own ledger, will bring out their own book to say, Bella actually gave you this money as it is written in mine. Majority here will begin to carry the vote. I hope you understand it. So blockchain, they say that the participants don't need to trust each other. Everyone keeps track of balances and transactions. Everyone is seeing everything that is happening on this network. Now, for example, there is this blockchain scanner, Bitcoin scanner, that you can actually see a transaction between two persons. Yes, you can see a transaction between two persons. All you need to do is just go to the website, use the wallet address or transaction ID to view the transaction and everything about the transaction. So it is transparent, it is distributed, it is seen on the whole world that even if I come and lie, that blah, 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 I did not receive any money. somebody or everybody on the network will still prove me wrong because it is already done. Once it's done, it's already done and it's already present. Everybody can come and prove me wrong that this is a lie. I'm trying to lie. I'm trying to spoil the system, and that is how this thing works. Now, the next one you have Bitcoin versus blockchain. Now, it's just to kind of tell us the similarities and the differences, or what's all about. Now, Bitcoin is a digital currency, but blockchain is a distributed database. Now, blockchain is the house that powers this Bitcoin. You understand? So if I am going to send Bitcoin to somebody in America, now it is distributed in the sense that there are nodes, there are computer nodes. Nodes are actually kind of computers that keep record of every transaction that happens, as I explained to you. So all those persons that have each copy of transactions in a village. In blockchain here, we call them nodes, computer nodes. There are several types of nodes. There are up to 3 types of nodes, but I'm not going to go there because it's a bit advanced. Now, on the Bitcoin, we have a Bitcoin is a digital currency, and blockchain is a distributed database. Blockchain is actually the house that powers this Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is a financial asset. You can actually exchange it for something of value. Yes, it's a financial asset. You can exchange it for something. You can exchange it for cars, um, memory cards, anything that what any commodity that is worth of value. You can exchange it with Bitcoin. You can use it as money. That's what this means. Now, blockchain is actually the records of information. Blockchain is what the record of information, just like the ledger. Ledger is actually a book where you record day-to-day transactions. So once you see it as a record of information, yes, ledger as a record of daily transactions is already a record of information. So it keeps record of everything that happens on this network. Now, on that Bitcoin, we have its first and most popular cryptocurrency. This is not a lie. Bitcoin is the first, which was introduced by Satoshi Nakamoto, and it's the most popular cryptocurrency because it was first introduced because of the special features it has. Bitcoin has a lot of sweet features that makes it wonderful and unique. So blockchain is any kind of digital data, and it has several use cases. And also there are various ways to build, and also digital ledger. I think I've explained all this. Now let's move to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a computer software. Now, let me just make us understand. Bitcoin and blockchain can only be accessed on the internet. Yes, it can only be accessed on the internet. I don't think you can actually send money to somebody offline. That is how powerful this blockchain is. And the internet, it will really be difficult to destroy the internet. That's one thing that makes it so powerful. So without without internet, Bitcoin and blockchain technology wouldn't have existed. So it's a computer software in the sense that it is not something you can see, touch, or feel, but it's built using computer codes, using programming codes and programming language. So it's open source code. It is an open source code because it actually these computer codes that you can see, that you can see the source code. I think once we go back to this group chat, I'm going to show us an example of a source code because I cannot leave these slides to avoid something, but I'm going to get us a picture of a source code so that we'll understand this for those who don't know about programming. So the last one, it is public and it is decentralized. Now, this public means that it's shared across the network. Everybody can have access to it, and it's decentralized in the sense that each and everyone in the system like holds part of it. For example, if we talk about your money, the money you have, your money is in the bank. You have money actually, if you don't have it physically. You have money electronically, but it is what in the bank. You can only use it when the bank agrees that you make use of it. You cannot use your money if the bank does not agree. I don't know if you get this, but on Bitcoin, it is decentralized. You can use it anytime you want because why? You are in charge. Decentralized in the sense that you are in control of your finances. To make you understand this, to make you understand it properly, now it's just to differentiate the difference between centralization and decentralization. Centralization means that it is censored. Somebody can be in charge of it full time. But decentralization means nobody is in charge of it. Anybody on the network can do whatever they want to do and go. So that's what the comparison, the similarities or the differences on this Bitcoin and blockchain. So let's move to our next slide, which is Bitcoin versus fiat money. Okay, I have here Victor is asking if he can access the slide. Okay, Victor, you can access the slide. I'm going to send it to you. I'm also going to send it to the group chat so that everybody can see it. Please, if you're not on our WhatsApp group, I'm going to type my phone number here so that you can message me to add you immediately after this meeting. Okay, I've pasted my phone number there. You can access and chat me up on WhatsApp when after this meeting so I can add you to our group chat before I send the PDF file. Now, Bitcoin versus fiat money. Now, fiat money is centralized in the sense that the government is controlling its movement, the government is controlling everything about it. But Bitcoin is decentralized. Nobody is in charge. Even Satoshi Nakamoto itself, who created Bitcoin, cannot come tomorrow and say, um, I'm going to kind of destroy Bitcoin or I'm going to stop you from sending money using Bitcoin. It is not possible. Let me give you this reason. It is because of this decentralization. It is because in computer programming, the moment you program something and click on execute, it begins to run. Now, on this Bitcoin or blockchain network, there's no way you can come and reverse the whole stuff or kind of change the whole stuff from working again, unless you want to destroy the internet. You understand? Unless you want to destroy the whole internet for it not to exist again. So that's just the difference. So fiat money is centralized. The money in the Nigerian naira is centralized. Central bank can decide to print as much they want, and they can decide to keep it. They can decide to hide it. They can decide to do whatever they want to do. But the Bitcoin is decentralizing the sense that everybody is in charge of this network. Now, we have controlled by government. I've explained this. We have not scars. Yeah, I've also explained this. The more the printing of fiat money, the more it's no longer scarce because it will be available for everyone to see. Okay, now it has unlimited supply in the sense that it can be printed at any time and the supply would keep increasing. So that's just it. Then the chargebacks. Now these chargebacks is, let me just explain this using the bank system. I'm going to send money to somebody in Abuja and I kind of send it and I kind of discover that I made a mistake running the transaction. You understand? I made a mistake running the transaction. The moment I send it, I can contact my bank immediately. Hello, please, I made a transaction to so account. Please, can you please send it back to my account, or can you please resend it back to my account in any way? This can be done with fiat money. If you make a payment, you can still get your money back in the fiat money or in centralized financial system. It is also inefficient. It is not so perfect because it has the Bitcoin is better than it times 10. Now, let me give you the reasons why Bitcoin is better. Bitcoin is decentralized. It is on a peer-to-peer network. You can only send it to somebody. That is, you can send it directly to somebody. It does not require the bank to help you and make transactions. This is not the one you say, I want to send 1 Bitcoin. And the moment your Bitcoin is going, the bank will tell you to cancel the transaction and tell you to try again or do something like that. No, it's not possible. So once you are sending it directly to that person and the person is receiving it exactly. So it's scarce because it has total supply of 21 million. It has total supply of what? 21 million total supply. So there's no way you can duplicate it or multiply its existence for everyone to have access to. So the more people get hold of it, the more the supply reduces, and the more the price also scales high. So it's controlled. It has a controlled and limited supply. As I said earlier, it has a total supply of 21 million BTC in existence. Now, it can be, this Bitcoin is actually, should I say, it's been mined. It's been mined. That is, all of them are no longer, not all of them are in circulation. The 21 million total of Bitcoin is not actually in circulation. Rather, it is it is being mined. That is, mining has to do with creation of new cryptocurrency, creation of new Bitcoin. So the moment it's being mined, the new ones be created, but the total supply is speculated to be 21 million exactly. But right now, I think we have about 18 million in circulation. Don't get me wrong. So it has irreversible transactions. This means that the transactions cannot be reversed, just like the bank where you have chargebacks. If I send money to Obi and I call my bank, hello, please, can you please help me and send back this money to my account? I made a mistake. The bank can do that, but on a Bitcoin and blockchain network, you would have no one to call to help you and resend these transactions. And these transactions are completely irreversible unless the person who you sent it to decides, okay, let me send back this money to this person. That is why you really have to be careful, educate yourself, and know more about blockchain technology and Bitcoin before you begin to make use of it. So people even come to this Bitcoin network, they don't even know the ticker of Bitcoin. When I say ticker, I mean the short format or the acronym of Bitcoin. It is BTC, and Bitcoin is the full name. But people do not actually know this. It's just like TRX for Tron. It's just like ETH for Ether. That's Ethereum. But when you talk about Ether, the main name of Ethereum is actually Ether. That's the name of the coin is Ether. But the name of the blockchain network is Ethereum. And the ticker is ETH. But many people do not know this. All they just want is the price is going up and the price is coming down. But I'm going to explain this in our next class, which will talk about fundamental analysis and technical analysis. So here we have fast and cheap. If I'm going to send money to somebody in Europe, it is going straight forward and fast, has lesser transaction fees. And I'm going to explain that on the next slide. We will see a better description of it. And it is censorship resistance in the sense that nobody is in charge of it and nobody can control its movement. So here we have a bank transfer. Now look at this slide carefully. We have Alice. Alice is trying to send $200 to Bob. Now Alice is in Nigeria and Bob is in France. Now Alice is trying to send $200 to Bob using the bank system. Now the moment Alice sends this money through the bank will stop that transaction, charge a transaction fee, and start processing the transaction in order to send it to France. Let's assume they're making use of Western Union or Remit Pay or any kind of payment mode. Now, the bank would stop this transaction, collect their own transaction fee for sending the money, and it will take, they will process this using up to 3 working days. I don't know if any of you have received money from outside Nigeria before. If you have received money outside Nigeria, it normally takes up to 3 days for you to receive that money. But yeah, that's how this works. So they will charge you money for sending it, and they will still take your time for you to receive it or for them to process it. So here, Alice is trying to send $200 to Bob through the bank. The bank has taken 7% as a fees for sending the money, which is $14, and Bob will now finally receive $186 from the bank which he sent it to. Now this is just like me paying transport fare to go to France and give Bob the money directly. So that's just how it is. So how stressful and how much time it takes and how much I spend. Well, now let's look at the Bitcoin transaction. On a blockchain transfer, Alice is going to send money to Bob. Now this money goes straight and enters the blockchain. Now there are some persons who are in between, known as computer nodes. These people who are writing down this list of transactions. Now the moment you send this Bitcoin, this blockchain keeps a record of it, and the transaction fees are lesser because the miners I don't know if you get this. The miners are trying to solve a mathematical puzzle in which the person that solved this exact puzzle, there are thousands of miners on the blockchain network, but the one that solved this puzzle is going to collect a transaction fee for solving a mathematical puzzle. So the moment Ali sends this money and it's been recorded on the blockchain, the fees is completely lesser. The fees here, we have 0.5% of what the person is sending, and that's about $1. And if Bob is going to receive it, the Bob is going to receive almost equal value of what he is sending, which is about 200, which is about $199. Now the processing time is from 30 to 90 minutes, not more than 2 hours. This is the sweetness of this is the sweetness of blockchain transfer. You can send money to somebody to anywhere in the world, and it will go directly, exactly, and it will go in no time space. It goes directly, and you don't need to spend too much time like the normal banking system, which will cost you 3 days. That means if hunger won't kill you, you go dey there waiting for your money to come patiently. But here on the Bitcoin network, once you send money, it goes straight without any kind of useless delay. So here on my next slide, we have cryptocurrency wallets. Now I'm going to explain this for us to understand better. Cryptocurrency wallet is a tool used to interact with the blockchain network. Can be divided into three main groups. Now, wallets in the physical form is actually where we can keep our money. That's what it means. Wallet is a physical form where we can actually keep our money. But on a cryptocurrency network, wallet, these are either digital wallets or they can be non-digital in the sense that there are some which you can hold physically. Now, we have several kinds of wallets. We have software wallets, we have web wallets, we have desktop wallets, we have mobile wallets, we have hardware and paper wallets. There are many kinds of wallets. Now, software wallets are just like computer programs that you have in your computer system. Web wallets are the wallets you can access online, just like Binance. You can just go online, log in with your details, and you have your money stored in there for you. And desktop wallet is the one you have stored in your desktop. Now, this one, I don't think you need internet to access it. All you just need to do is to try to log in the system, and you would have access to, as long as you have access to your desktop, you have access to your wallet. Now, mobile wallet is the one you have in your phone device, just like Trust Wallet, just like Intokun, just like Atomic Wallet, just like several kinds of wallets you have in your mobile device. Now, the second to last one are hardware wallets. Now, hardware wallets are wallets that can be stored in wallets that look like hardwares. Example of wallets are Ledger Nano Wallet and Trezor Wallet. If you look at this, here they showed us cold wallets. If you look at this cold wallet, you see something that looks like a hardware. Now, this is what a hardware wallet looks like. It looks like a flash drive, and you can store your money in there with ease. So here we have two categories of wallets. We have, okay, now the last one is paper wallet. Paper wallets, you can actually write it down. It can be printed and stored for safety. Now we have two main types of wallets, which is hot wallet and cold wallet. The difference here is that under hot wallet is the one you can access online, the one you can access with the internet, and a cold wallet does not require the internet. Now the difference here is that on hot wallet you can, it's kind of less hack proof, you understand, but on a cold wallet is completely offline. The moment you send it to your cold wallet, it will be there. Now the use of these two, the use or the differences of these two wallets is that the cold wallet can be used for saving. Because you cannot make use of it online, then there is no way you can actually send it to somebody. That there's no way you can actually make use of it or send the money in that cold wallet to somebody else, because it requires you to come online and make use of your keys to transact the money from your cold wallet to a hot wallet online. For the hot wallet, you can actually make use of it to run your daily transactions and do some other stuff. While on your cold wallet, you cannot use it. Cold wallet is mainly used for saving. Write that down. I hope you're okay with your data and your manners to get down these things. So here we have blockchain use cases. Now, I once mentioned to us that blockchain technology is not just used for finance. It can be used for many and many stuff. It can be used for remittances. It can be used for the supply chain management. It can be used for healthcare and other use cases like charity, decentralized finance, apps, gaming, governance, identity management, and Internet of Things. Now, blockchain use cases under remittances. Blockchain worldwide transfer of money, the large flow of funds into developing countries, fast growing industry plus 9.6% in 2016. Now, this is just like um, what I explained. When you are trying to make an online transfer to several persons that are not in Nigeria or that in some other parts of the world. Now, here you can use blockchain technology to run your payments, to do your transfer in other countries with ease. It no longer requires you stress and thousands of years for it to process. Now, blockchain remittances has less intermediaries. You no longer need a middleman to come and help you to start running your transaction. It has lower fees in the sense that when you are making a transaction outside Nigeria, you would have a lesser fee that they will charge you. Now, it has faster transactions in the sense that if you send money or if you pay for anything, your transaction will be worked immediately and you would see it as a. So blockchain use cases under supply chain management. Before I go here, supply chain has to do with the the supply of a product. Let's say those who do mini importation. If I'm going to send money from Canada to Nigeria, they are going to be tracking the movement of these goods when they enter the ship, when they enter the cargo, when it reaches Nigeria, when it enters Lagos, when it enters Enugu State, when it enters my location, Gongon. So while doing all these processes, if you are using blockchain to run this supply chain stuff, if they send me money, or sorry, if they send me a good, let's say they send me a bag from Canada to Nigeria, Lagos to be specific. Now, the moment the bag enters the cargo or the ship, it will be recorded on the blockchain. I will be able to see it on the blockchain and track it carefully and understand the movement of that of that bag. If it is a centralized system, it can get to Lagos and the Lagos custom will claim that it has not gotten there. But if it's on a blockchain, I will be seeing it with my phone that okay, this thing has gotten here because it has been recorded on a blockchain. That means I can actually track the movement of my good according to the supply chain management model or system. Now, it is tamper-proof database, it is customizable, it is secure and transparent, it has lesser intermediaries. Now, you no longer need people to come at certain stations and be verifying the movement of those goods for you. So it has less fraud, which means that anything that happens, you'll be able to see because of transparency. People will not want to indulge themselves because they can be caught easily. Now, it has reduced labor work and it has reduced the cost of movement or movement of products from several parts of the world. Now, blockchain use cases in healthcare. Now, in healthcare, blockchain can be used to store medical data. For example, Mr. Obi is sick and we kind of try to keep record of his health issues. Once we are keeping records of these things, once we are keeping records of this of his health issues, we can actually store it on the blockchain. And the moment we store it on the blockchain, it will really be difficult for us to misplace his data. Let me give you an instance. If there's any way we write Emeka is sick and he has a broken leg and we give him paracetamol, we write it down on a paper and store it in a hospital. If there is any case of rainfall, if you have any case of rainfall and the book gets destroyed, you know that we will no longer have his data written anywhere. We will not have a confirmation of his data written anywhere. But if it's on a blockchain and even if there's a rainfall and even if they destroy your computer or whatever happens to your computer, you can still retrieve it on a blockchain network as long as you have his as long as it's already on the blockchain, stored on the blockchain, you can still retrieve it using your internet. Some persons are still joining us now. All right. Data can be easily erased or modified. Centralized database, prime target for hackers. If it's on a centralized database, hackers would easily find it easy to bring it down, but on a blockchain, it will really be difficult for them to track it down. Lack of transparency, medical insurance frauds. and the rest of them, these are just a kind of uh, inefficiencies. So blockchain healthcare, customizable accessibility and transparency, usually built as distributed private network. Now, if you want your data to be kept private, you can actually build it privately on a blockchain, in the sense that you can only access it, just like me sending a message using cryptography to send a message to Donald Trump. He can choose to see it, and once he agrees to see it, he is going to know the decryption code to understand the message. But those who are seeing it that do not know the decryption code will not even understand what it is and how it works. So we have permission-based management, which means that it is the hospital a permission to make use of it, and once it is stored on the hospital, so having person joining us, once it's stored on the hospital can decide and make decisions on themselves for whatever data that is being included on their blockchain or data in their database. So fraud protection and increased security. Yeah, this is how the blockchain works. Because of the cryptography, it is secured and there will be lesser fraud in the system. Now, data integrity, interoperability, it has already been explained there, easy for different networks to verify and exchange data. It is very, very easy. The blockchain network has been made easy, understandable, and made perfect for everybody to take part in and understand how everything works in the system. So let's go to the next slide, which talks about DeFi. Now, this is one of the most hottest topic in the world currently. Now, DeFi simply means decentralized finance. DeFi simply means decentralized finance, and this is a monetary system in which nobody is in charge of. It means that if I am going to send money to somebody, I'm sending it directly without the use of any platform, without the use of any intermediary. Now, most DeFi platforms are being built on the Ethereum platform. Most DeFi platforms are built on the Ethereum platform because the Ethereum blockchain network accepts the smart contracts and the decentralized finance and decentralized finance database. So there are several types of DeFi. We have decentralized exchanges. Now, an example of a decentralized exchange is like Uniswap. Most of these Uniswap, token swap, this swap, that swap, most of them are decentralized exchanges, which means that nobody is in charge of how money is being sent and how money is being received. So an opposite of a decentralized exchange is a centralized exchange. For example, Binance is a centralized exchange, but DeFi is a decentralized exchange. So the second one, we have lending. On DeFi, you can actually borrow money to someone, or you can actually give out money to someone in order to receive interest, just like going to the bank to take a loan. Yeah. So, but you in the lending platform, you at the bank giving out the loan in order to receive interest when the person is done with business. So the last one we have borrowing. So it's just like still going to the bank to borrow money. So you are the one taking the money. And the benefits of digitalized finance, we have financial inclusion. Same rules apply to everyone. The global access, everybody in the world can access it. It's private and permissionless. You don't need anybody's permission to run the transaction. Now it's non-custodial and no KYC. Non-custodial means nobody is in charge of it. So nobody is in control of it. And no KYC means that you don't need to start making use of your ID card to prove that you're actually the owner of this money or something like that. You don't need to prove yourself on that network because it's trustless. Now the last one is liquidity. Liquidity is the ability of somebody to convert any property or any assets to cash. Let me just differentiate. Let me just explain it using a car. If you want to talk about something being a liquid, Bitcoin is more liquid than a house. You can sell Bitcoin to anybody, and many people who are willing to accept Bitcoin, as you are seeing on the internet every day on Facebook, WhatsApp, people are saying, I'm buying BTC, I'm buying BTC. This means that you can actually convert your Bitcoin to cash immediately. But a house that you are selling 80 million naira, it will really be difficult for you to find people who would come and buy that house immediately. So it takes much time for house to be sold or be bought. So it means that house is illiquid while Bitcoin is liquid. So the liquidity, just like decentralized finance, you would have opportunity to exchange fast and easy. So the issues with DeFi is education. Many people who come into DeFi don't even know what DeFi means and how to make use of DeFi. They just come because they want to pump and dump and make money and disappear. So the scalability issues with Ethereum high fees for retail users to participate. Now we have this congestion issue. It's just like people sending money, sending money, sending money. There is this congestion issue that occurs on Ethereum, which will be resolved using the Ethereum 2.0, which will be launched on the 1st of December by Vitalik Buterin. Vitalik Buterin is the founder of Bitcoin. Sorry, the founder of Ethereum. Don't get me wrong. And it has these scalability issues in which that there's this congestion because more projects are being built on the blockchain, on the Ethereum blockchain. And due to that reason, the data that is being stored and everything is becoming so much that it cannot be carried along. And things are no longer fast and suitable in this DeFi platform. So the user experience or mistakes. So user experience here, if you run any mistake, if you're making use of Uniswap and you do any unnecessary mistake, it's on your own cup of tea that nobody would come there to tell you, okay, you made a mistake. There is nobody you report to on this DeFi issue. So that is a very big issue because if you miss your money, you cannot. It's just like unlike Binance, that if you lose your money in somehow on Binance, you can still contact Binance support and tell Binance, okay, I misplaced my money, so and so. They will try to solve it for you. But on Uniswap, if you lose your money, you're your own. So the last one is no secure industry standard, frenzy, bubble, most will fail interoperability. So it's just like any token that's been introduced on the decentralized finance system, you have to be careful trying to trade them or trying to exchange with them because you have to find out fundamentally what they do, how they work, and everything. Because if you lose your money, and if some projects which are being introduced on DeFi platforms, sometimes they can fail, they can pull the rug and exit scam with all the funds they have in their platform. So the next slide here, let's talk about Binance. If you are with me up to this level, I think there will be giveaways. So if you are with me up to this level, stay tuned. Now, Binance is the world's leading blockchain and cryptocurrency infrastructure provider with a financial product suite that includes the largest digital asset exchange by volume. Now, let me explain this in a better way. Binance is actually an exchange. It is a platform where you can come and exchange your cryptocurrencies for money, for fiat money, and where you can also do some other stuff on the Binance network or the Bitcoin network that makes it easy for you. Now, by volume, in the sense that you have lots of people on this platform trading, and it's some content there are totally what totally liquid in the sense that you can easily make your transactions and leave the platform as you want or as you wish. I hope you all are following. If you are following, please type hi, 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 I'm following, hi, I'm following. I think I have lesser people here. If you are following, please type hi on the chat box. All right, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So Binance is a platform that you can actually trade your cryptocurrencies. If you have Bitcoin, you can also buy from there. You can also make use of it from there and trade and make money yourself if you know how to trade. So Binance is trusted by millions worldwide. We are dedicated to increasing the freedom of money for users and features an unmatched portfolio of crypto products and offerings. So Binance is not just an exchange, but it's more than an exchange. So Binance, the vision of Binance is freedom. Our vision is to increase the freedom of money globally. We believe that by spreading this freedom, we can significantly improve lives around the world. And that is what it is about. They believe that the moment you have Bitcoin, you are free from the bank. The bank cannot come and control you and tell you. Um, the bank cannot come and tell you they have deducted 20 naira for Mastercard fee, or they have deducted 20 naira for transaction fee. It's not possible. Just like what one certain bank did, they were deducting money for what was it called again? They would deduct up to 18,000 naira. I saw one guy's account. They took about 18,000 naira from his account, claiming is some kind of fee, which we do not know. So, but once you have Bitcoin, nobody will come and deduct 2 BTC and tell you that they are deducting it because of so fee, or because of card maintenance fee, something like that. It's completely impossible. So the moment you are into Binance, trading on Binance, or you have an account, or you're making use of cryptocurrencies, you have the freedom yourself. There is no censorship there. So continue to talk about Binance. Binance is the number one cryptocurrency exchange currently in the world. They all started in since their day 42. They became the 10th position in the world. They moved to fifth position, third position, and currently just in 5 months, from 0 to 5 months, they became the world's number one. Why? Because of the volume, because of the user experience, because of how they serve their users, because of the way the interface and every other thing is on their platform, which makes it the number one. And many people are into Binance, trading on Binance, making use of Binance because it's completely the best. So Binance is global. Users in 180 countries and regions. Binance would have been in some other countries like Pakistan, but in Pakistan, I think they have a rule that is against cryptocurrency trading and the rest of it. So Binance is almost everywhere in the world, in up to 180 countries and leading. They have a team members of up to 40 team members all over the country and regions. And the interface in 15 several kinds of interface. You have Binance US, I think you have Binance in China, and in several languages, which those countries make use of. Now, Binance has lots and lots of products. As you can see here, the Binance is the core. And you have Fiat Getaways, you have spot and margin, futures and options trading, you have staking and mining pools. These are thousands of products of Binance that they offer. Yeah, and here you have all the several fiat currencies that are included in Binance. If you look below, you can spot that of Nigerian naira. Let's look for it. Yeah, look at it here. The Nigerian naira is here. So all these things are on Binance, and all these products are on Binance. If you look at Trust Wallet belongs to Binance. If you do not know, please know it now. Binance is the owner of Trust Wallet and some other stuff like this. Coin Market Cap also belongs to Binance. The Binance Academy, lots and lots of things here, lots of products that Binance owns. These are one of the amazing things that Binance has. Now we'll go to the best of both worlds. Now Binance has lowest fees, which is cheap. If you are trying to run some trades on Binance, you will have cheaper transaction fees. And for those who use my link to sign up, you have 5% off when you trade, 5% off the fees when you trade. And you can deposit and withdraw easily. I'm going to show you how you can do that. Now, Binance Fiat. This is about you trying to fund your Binance account. If you're trying to fund your Binance account using your Naira, you can easily do that either by bank transfer, using Visa or MasterCard, and also the P2P. I'm also going to show us how we can do this. Now, I'm going to show you now how you can buy crypto using your local currency, and how you can sell your local currency and withdraw to your bank account. Now, let me just take off this and show us Binance. I believe you all can still see my screen. I have separate tab here. So this is the page on Binance. Now, once you open your app, you are going to see P2P trading, and you're also going to see credit card and debit card. Now, if you want to fund your Binance account, now all you need to do is either using the P2P method or the credit card method. But I'm going to show us an example using what? The credit card method. All you need to do is to click on the credit card, then, but before that, you must have ensured. Let's go to this dashboard, go to dashboard, go to payment method, and select your card payment method. Here, you must have ensured that you have added your card here before you go to the transaction. So, but if you have not added your card, once you click on this, it will still take you where you also add your card. If you look at here, it says change card. But if you have not added your card, you can still click on it and add your card. So how this works is that you can just, all you need to do is in Naira, type the amount you want to deposit in Naira from 1,000 Naira and above. Let's say I want to buy 10,000 Naira worth of BTC. Once I put it down, it will tell me the worth in Bitcoin. That's 0.0016561 BTC. And I'm going to use my bank, my bank credit card or MasterCard. Now, all I need to do is to click on next. Once I click on next, it takes me to this page, tells me to review the amount I want to buy and how much I want to buy and the rate at which it is being sold to me. Here, it's sold to me at 640 million naira, sorry, 6 million naira, 400 and something thousand naira per one BTC. So, and the fee they are going to charge me for running this transaction is just 2%. Now, all I need to do, because my time is running here, I'll just click on confirm. Now, once I confirm this order, just allow it to load. It will take me to this new page. It will take me to this new page where I would have to complete the payment and finish up with the payment. Just stay tuned. Yeah, it has taken me to my bank system where I would have to complete the payment. Now, all I need to do is to use the OTP one-time password and request for an OTP for me to run the transaction immediately. Once I click on continue, I'm going to receive an OTP code, which will tell me to fill in the code here, as you can see it. So if you wait for the code, you're going to see the code on the screen now. Have you seen the code? It says, this is your one-time password, do not share with anybody, and this and that. Once you add the code here and submit, the transaction will be run immediately and you receive your Bitcoin, you receive your 0.001 BTC as soon as possible. So this is how you can buy Bitcoin using your MasterCard or debit card. Now the P2P trading part, once you click on this P2P here, you would see this buy and sell. You will see this buy and sell. If you want to buy, if you want to buy Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency listed here, and you want to buy it from somebody directly without going to an escrow or any other thing, you can buy it from this platform on Binance directly from somebody without stretching yourself. Now, all you need to do is, let's say I want to buy Bitcoin, I'll go to the Bitcoin slides, allow it to load. Now, I'll choose somebody who I want to buy from. Now, if you're looking at this list, these are people who are already selling Bitcoin. You have Tony Akbos, you have Amila, you have Bamdela. Now, if you look at each of their trades, you're going to see the price at which they are selling, the amount that they have, and the limit that they can sell to you. So if you want to buy, you can only buy from Tony Akbos from the rate of 5,000 naira and above. Amila, 5,000 naira above. Let's go. Okay, Crypto Guru, you can buy from 20,000 naira and above, something like that. So it depends on the amount you want to buy. So let's say I want to buy from Tony Akbos. Let's say I want to buy from Tony Akbos. I click on buy. Once I click on buy, then I would have to click the amount at which I want to buy. Let's say I want to buy 10,000 naira worth of BTC, which is also almost the same thing. Once I click on buy BTC, okay, it says add prices. The amount at which he sells has been updated. I'll click on buy again. It means I need to go back and refresh. This means that he has changed the price at which he is selling. I'll go back to buy. I'll be fast with this, 10,000 buy. Now, the moment it comes to this page, all I need to do is to take his payment method. The payment method I need to do, okay, got it. All I need to do is to send 10,000 naira to his bank account. I will copy his bank account details, copy his bank, and send this 10,000 naira to his account. Now I do not need to worry because this is Binance escrow. The moment I send the money and in any way he runs away or he runs away with the money, Binance is going to refund me with the money. So that's one wonderful thing with escrow. Escrow means somebody like a middleman trying to help you run your transactions. So you will not be afraid of being scammed or something like that on Binance. So once you see this, you have your time running here for 10 minutes. All you need to do is to send money to this account. The moment you send the money, then you come back to this place and click you have transferred the money. The moment you click on this, you have transferred the money and he confirms it on his end. Once he confirms it on his end, you are going to receive your Bitcoin immediately. Even if he does not confirm it, you will still get the refund back your money without delay according to the stipulated time here. So this means that you can use the P2P to run your transactions. You can also use it to sell if you want to sell. Now, once you click on sell, these people are ready to buy from you, whether it's USDT, BTC, BUSD, or BNB. These people are willing to buy from you if you sell. Now, this is where you can buy BTC, BUSD, BNB, ETH. Now, this is how you can buy cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, also how you can sell cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Now, the sweetest part is this credit card because it's easy and it's between you and the Binance, and you won't have to stress yourself or wait for somebody to confirm your payment or send money. So that's why this using of card is so sweet. And for those who use my ring from 1,000 naira and above from this, you're going to receive your $5 as promised by Binance. So let's go back to our slide and see more of it. I think I will need to start afresh. Okay. Yeah, so it says sign up and trade your first crypto this week and earn $5. So if you use my link to sign up and you're able to purchase Bitcoin using the process I showed you, you will be able to earn $5 free of charge from Binance. Now that's how sweet and powerful it is. So I believe you all have seen. If you have any question, please type it on the chat box. I will read it and respond to you. So here we have an opportunity for you to become a tutor. If you would like to teach people this same thing I'm doing, you can actually sign up using this method and also run your own class, teach people about Binance, teach people about Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and the rest of it. So for those who are asking about contact details, you want to speak with us on Instagram, Facebook, you can connect with us because this is really important. That's why I say you should have a Twitter account or a Telegram account, Facebook, and all these Facebook pages. So you can reach Binance South Africa. For those in South Africa, you can meet Binance South Africa on Facebook on www.facebook.com/Binance South Africa. On Nigeria, you can see it here on Nigeria and Kenya. You can also see Binance Kenya. Then join our Nigerian Telegram community by using the links here. I'm still going to drop this in our WhatsApp group so that I'll have access to it and join these communities to keep in touch and get recent information from Binance. Now, the last one is our question and answer session. If you have any question, please drop it in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Please, I'm expecting your questions and I'm expecting your responses immediately. Kindly drop it in the chat box.
My first question is very simple.
Okay.
I sorry that I mixed out. I was at Riaza, so I want to just ask, is there a time that you're going to do the class again, or can I have a recording of what you just did? Are you recording this class? Because the little one that I've learned is awesome, you did a very great job. So if I could have a kind of a video clip of what you have been doing ever since, because I was busy, honestly, I would really appreciate it because what you are doing is really eye opener. Because I'm just seeing just about 6 persons, I think 8 persons here, and I just found out that maybe Nigerians don't like good things, so they see opportunity, they leave and me pass by. But I really like the the force you put inside of it to kind of teach us in Zoom. So if anyway there is a video, I would really appreciate more.
All right, all right. I'm recording this session and I'm going to send the video very soon. I'm going to upload it on YouTube, then send it to us for easy access. So
Thank you.
thank you for
Thank
your
you very
comment.
much.
I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you, Peter.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very
also
much.
and also to Kosi Chukwu. Yeah, I'm recording the video. Alangwa have nod my head. So sometimes you just need to come out in a light space. For those who are doing their verification, the KYC, you just need to come in a space where you can have enough light to see your face, to see your eyes, your nose, your mouth, and the rest of it, because these are just the detections on your face using the AI, artificial intelligence, which is built on Binance. So thank you very much, you guys, for joining us in this session. We have here tweet about what you learned at this event using the hashtag my Binance class. Give me that you're going to tag me a good review and what you learned on Binance. Now, this you need to do this on Binance Twitter. All you need to do is just to type on Twitter what you learned from this class using the hashtag my Binance class. Then also tag my own hashtag. I'm going to send us a sample in our WhatsApp group for us to see. So just tag me and post it in a group chat and on Twitter. Sorry, once you post it on Twitter, Binance will record it and also be able to move our classes forward. So you can also follow Binance Africa by using their handle here, Binance Africa on Twitter. So once you follow them and make a tweet about what you learned in this class using the hashtag Binance Africa and also tagging me, if possible, you can also add my picture. Give me a good review on what you learned. I believe I'm really going to be grateful about that. So thank you very much for you guys for joining us in this session. This is almost 2 hours 30. I think 1 hour 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I mean. So thank you very much, you guys, for joining us in this session, and we may be having a goodbye on this session. Thank you, and Jennifer, Ogaga, Peter, Ugochukwu, Adasma, Spotek, Victor, Pianwi, and okay, you said I should remind you to those names. Yes. I think I will have to make that a write up because we don't really have enough time. Our time is always over. So if you are in our group chat, I'm going to send it to you across A. Pompeiano, Coach Ark, and Jalebutaren, TZ of Binance, one of Bagamala. All these people, I'm going to send you their names on our WhatsApp group. So if you're not on our WhatsApp group, please do well to message me privately. I'm going to add you this night and everything will go well. Is there any other questions? All right, since there is no other questions, I think we may close this session. Peter, do you have something to say? All right. Thank you very much for joining us. We are going to be ending this session here, and I really appreciate you all. May you
You're
remain
welcome.
blessed. Sleep well.
And don't
Lawa
forget,
Mawa. Lawal, I see you. Yeah,
and don't forget to close your eyes before
no
sleeping.
problem, no
Okay.
problem. I'll keep it open. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a wonderful night. We'll be ending it here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
And the PDF, please don't forget to give us the PDF file.
No problem, no problem. It will be
See
sent
the
across.
beautiful lady here. Oh my God. Hello. Hold on. Just hold on right there. Why? I think the next class we have to use our camera. Trust me, because I can't imagine.